in person as I can get, Paula, I just want to congratulate you on last month because it was amazing. I know you knew it was amazing too. She started the month telling me, wow, this month's going to be really big. I don't know if I can do it. She said that. I don't know how many shows you thought you had, but you finished 11, right?
Yes, ma'am. And it was huge.
Yeah.
That was really huge. I was so excited.
Yeah, I know. Why was it bigger than, like, I know this month down a little bit, fine, but
I had $1,000. One of my shows was over $1,000, which was really great. So, I mean, it was just, everybody just really was excited about the promotions and so forth for April. And just continuing to getting people to book shows and just getting them excited.
That's good. Now, May, I guess a lot of people aren't so excited unless they happen to love the Cool and Serve tray. They're just not that excited, and I'm sorry to hear that. But you said you have a stellar June coming up?
I do. I think I've got 9. I think for June. I don't have anything so far. I think I've got maybe 1 in July, but I'm hoping that'll change. And then I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 for August, and I even got them all the way through December.
You start rebooking your hosts.
I am.
I recommend that to everybody. Karen, even you can start that now. You have a host that does pretty well and enjoys themselves. You want to really lose them. You want to rebook them. And tell them that you'll contact them a month before their show just to verify that they still are in and all of that. But Paul, I just really appreciate you, and I'm just shocked now. By the way, just wanted to let you guys know that we are already green, and it's only the 15th. So once again, we did green by.
Yay! There are only, well, I think I didn't look today, but there were only 2 director teams green by the 15th as of today, which is you and Shaughnessy's team as well.
That's my goal, awesome. Usually only just as a cushion so that we, if we don't have a great month, at least we know that we are on target to at least get our 5,000. Not that we have to get it because we don't. We want to get it.
That's right.
Cool.
Yay!
Yay. Karen, you're not quite part of that yet, but you will be. Karen's got a good schedule going too. Karen, can you hear us? Okay. Good.
Give us a smile.
All right.
Well, you both know me, but just to make it official, I'm Stacy. Yay! Our executive director, and I'm just really excited to be sharing with you guys tonight. This is as close to in person as we can get, like Vicki said. So I want to congratulate you on taking this time out of your schedule to invest in your business. By attending this Bookings Bootcamp, you have shown dedication and commitment to your business that's going to help you achieve your goals and dreams, whatever they may be. So this bootcamp is all about having a fully booked calendar. And so my goal is that by the end of this training, you're going to leave with some confidence and skills to make that happen. So if you know anything about boot camp in the military, they always ask you to do things that make you uncomfortable, right, to get you in shape. So we're going to be asking you to do some things today that are going to be taking you out of your comfort zone. But that's the only way you're going to grow.
What did I just put in on our team page? You guys, did you read what I wrote? I got it from the training. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
Good tree.
So just like regular boot camp, hopefully this workshop is going to get you into great shape for the best booking season ever. Are you ready? Ready for this? Okay.
Paula.
So we're going to...
Paula, you don't look convinced.
I am ready. Let's do it.
We're going to start with something fun. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So we're going to do a little Pampered Chef cadence, just like the real military. So you're going to just repeat after me, until we get to the sound off, and then you ready?
Just keep laughing. Just keep
All
laughing.
right. All in, girls. All in with this. Ready? At Pampered Chef, we love what we do.
Pampered
Chef, we love what we do.
Best part is you can too.
the best part is
Yes, yeah, that too.
Okay, the words are on the screen. Come on. You.
booking recruiting is what
They're too small on my phone for me to see.
Oh. Our job's never done till we book to.
our jobs never
Our
done.
job never done till we book.
Job's never done till we've to.
That's it. 4 shows a month and we're on our way.
4 shows a
4
month.
shows a month, then we're on our way.
8
Our
shows,
way.
a big payday.
8 shows.
8 shows makes a big payday.
Sound off.
Sound off.
Book.
Bookings.
Sound off.
Sound off.
Recruiting.
Recruiting.
Sound off. We want success.
We
Yes.
sound off. We want success.
That's it. Paula and Karen, you're awesome. Thanks for playing along with me.
It was her idea. It really was.
See, this is the crazy things you miss at my house at training. This is the silly stuff I make them do. All right, so here's the agenda for what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about lead generation, networking, booking shows away from shows, booking shows at shows, and the first step in host coaching, which is the 24-hour call, right? Hopefully we're going to get through all of that tonight. So I want you to.
You guys have paper and pencil to write with?
No.
Give a pen.
I want to take some notes.
Did you have a chance to print out a file?
No.
With the guide for you?
You're lucky.
I'll have to do that when I get home. I'm on the road.
That's fine. You can print out that. So I just want you to imagine you're fully booked with me for a minute. All the shows you need or want. Every so we know that Paula's got a really full schedule in June. She just had a really full schedule in
Yay.
April. So just imagine every single month looking the way that you want. Just think about that for a minute. Would it provide you with more money to eliminate debt or pay for a vacation or pay off college tuitions maybe, or just help with your monthly budget? Would it help you to earn an incentive trip? Would it help you to recruit more if you had more shows? What would that look like and how would that make you feel?
It would be awesome.
Awesome. What would that look like for you, Paula? Why would you want a full schedule? What would that provide for you?
It would help pay bills. It would honestly, I know this sounds pretty rough, but my mother-in-law is in hospice. So it will help put a little bit extra money aside for an emergent plane ticket.
Okay. How about
I know that sounds pretty awful, but right now we're kind of looking at that with both my mom and his mom.
Yeah.
So that sounds kind of rough right now, but that's where it is.
Yeah, that's your world right now. How about you, Karen? What would a fully booked calendar provide for you?
Pay for my meds.
Your medication, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
She's so sweet when she names me.
You're not.
And that would be a blessing.
Sorry?
I said, you're so
Yes.
give me a yes, ma'am.
You're Southern.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the southern part of me, okay?
I love it. So you can see that.
till I get on my bad side.
What?
What do you want to do?
I said unless I'm on my bad side, and then I forget all that.
Gotcha.
And then it's just how nice.
Have a nice day.
So you can see that having a fully booked calendar is a sure path to achieving your dreams and goals. So how do we get started? We start by networking, and connecting with others. Oops, hold on. What was making me? There we go. All right, so networking. Networking is basically the process of developing contacts and building new relationships to expand our business. The success of your business depends on your ability to be able to network and connect with others. When you do, you're going to have a continuous supply of leads that will lead to future bookings and future consultants. Successful networking happens when we become present in our life and are aware of others around us. Just think about that for a second. It's when we become present in our life and are aware of others around us. When we truly become present, we build new relationships and expand our business. We're going to share a little story with you in a second. But when networking, your goal should always be to leave each person you meet with an interest in knowing about us and the Pampered Chef, a desire to learn more about us and the Pampered Chef, and a good feeling about us and the Pampered Chef. The ultimate goal of networking is to expand your pipeline and develop leads that you can do business with. So I want to ask Debbie to sort of share what happened today when we went to lunch.
Vicki?
Oh yeah, you're Vicki. Never. I've never met Debbie face to face. I thought the second time I called you Debbie today. You didn't hear me the first time, and I realized it like 5 minutes later. I'm like, I just called her Debbie.
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, this woman here really did it today. We were sitting where we took the picture today and posted it on the page. We're sitting in an open air pub of sorts, having some lunch and a glass of wine, and we hardly had our butts in the chair when this one started a conversation with two ladies sitting next to her. And I mean, she put her face in their plate and said, "What is that you're eating? What is that you're drinking? Is that good?" She started right off with the conversation, and by the time we all were done, we had their contact information, we had given them mini catalogs, and we had spoken about, not about freezer meal workshops, but we had spoken a little bit to them about not so much even, I was posting on Facebook, these two look like they were sort of, Alice is here, they were sort of into, hi Alice!
Hey, Alice.
Hey, Alice.
Hi.
You hear us? Turn your volume up on your device.
I can hear her.
Turn my volume
How
on.
come we can only see the top of your head?
I don't know. There's something that says the gold of networking. Good feeling about us, the Pampered Chef.
Yes, you're in the right place.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I see you.
So anyway,
I only see the from your nose up.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I don't know. Bring the page up. I had an awful
How
time.
about your screen? Can you tilt it?
Yeah, tilt your computer screen. Other way. Other way.
There, I'll tilt it this.
Yay!
anyway, so what I was saying is that Stacy made more about the conversation about speaking to these ladies about what was going on in their lives and the different things about them personally than she did about the Pampered Chef. But she made it a point to let them know what we did for a living, what she's doing here, our, I guess, goals. And it really turned out well because, of course, I have both of their information. I have their email addresses and their names, and they're going to go into my contacts. So I think that the whole point of this is something that I already knew, and we try to let people know to form some kind of a relationship with these people because they're much more willing to talk to you and to book and to even purchase from you when you form the relationship. It's huge.
And I mentioned the different theme parties. Well, I'm doing a party tomorrow night for my
That's what you
mom,
did.
a wine, cheese, and chocolate party. And I was like, I had already talked to them about the wine that they were drinking and everything. And I was like, Vicky here does wine, cheese, and chocolate parties, and one of the gals was like, wine, cheese, and
Their eyes
chocolate.
got this way.
So, and she brought it up a second time. So
Yeah, she did.
So that's kind of what I'm going to walk you through tonight, is how to make contact with people when you're out and about, start conversations, and then transition that to Pampered Chef so that you walk away with those leads. And sometimes you can walk away with a booking. Like, I really feel like if Vicki called that lady tomorrow evening or Sunday afternoon, she could get a wine, cheese, and chocolate party scheduled for her.
Can I share something real quick too? And on that same note, I had the same thing happen to me, and I had been told this before, but I had never put it into use. But I was speaking with a guest in a show, and I personal messaged her. This is how I usually ask things, and I asked her if she'd be interested in hosting, and she said, "No, not really." Well, right away I started to talk to her about a mutual friend that we had. Turned out to be a friend of my daughter, and so we talked a little while, and then I said to her, "What would stop you from hosting, do you think?" And she said, "Oh, I can host." So it was really all about the conversation that we had, and we sort of formed a little bit of a bond between the two of us, and so that it was okay for her in her mind or something.
Yeah. I just want to read to you before we jump into this an email that Karen Bartlett sent me about a month ago. So you guys know Karen. She's on your team, and she battles a lot of health issues. She's at the doctors all of the time. And this is how she's just being present in her life and aware of the people around her. She said, "Stacy, I've been so sick, so April just came and went for me. But when I went to the surgery center, the ladies wanted some books, and they said they wanted to do a book party for May. I gave them 3 books because this is their second party. By the time I left, they had already gathered $500 in sales, not counting the fundraiser form I gave them. The next day, I went to my primary doctor, and the nurse was telling me about her new haircut. She said she was able to donate 3 full ponytails to Locks of Love for breast cancer. Well, to make this short, she is coming over next week to get a catalog and a breast cancer fundraiser form." So you see how Karen took the conversation from the nurse about donating her hair and transitioned it to Pampered Chef and was able to book a fundraiser with her. That is networking done at its very best, right there.
From someone who has so many health issues going on that she doesn't know which one to address first.
Right.
So Karen has been with me almost from the beginning, and she never gives up.
All right. So we're going to do a little activity. You guys, if you haven't been able to print out your participant guide yet, there's a space for you to do it on there, but you can just do it on any piece of paper that you have. We're going to generate different ways and places that you can network. So I'm just going to give you a minute, I'm going to give you about 90 seconds. And I want you to make a list of all the places that you go on a regular basis, or maybe you haven't done things yet, but places that you could potentially meet people and network. And just jot them down.
Want us to talk?
Oh, you can just jot them down, and then I'll let you share a couple of your things in a minute. Give you just like another 30 seconds or so. Ooh, kitty cat's tail is almost knocking over Debbie's mind. This is how we do meetings. Cheers, ladies.
Okay, this is mine. Can you see Mickey?
I can see Mickey.
This is called the cruise line.
Doing this.
Mickey.
Yes.
Mickey.
Mickey, not Vicky.
This is how I do meetings with Mickey.
With Mickey.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Alice, what were some places that you thought of that you can do networking?
Well, I live in a mobile home, and I was thinking, I already contacted the community center, and I'm going to do a show there as soon as we have an opening, because now it's graduation and stuff. But me and Deb are going to go down there and pass out flyers. But we're supposed to have a yard sale. I started that today, but it was raining, so can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. There was a bug.
Oh, oh yeah, you live in Florida. Okay. And
So that doesn't
I
matter.
was going to put out some books and stuff today, but it rained. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be nice.
Okay.
The
Karen?
grocery store and the doctors.
Oh, keep going, Alice. Keep going, sweetie.
The grocery store and the doctors.
Awesome. Love it. Karen, did you come up with any other places?
No, grocery store and doctors are my two places I go.
Okay.
Maybe the laundromat if you happen to go there.
Absolutely.
If you don't go there, you could take something there just to network.
That is so key. People are usually sitting in the laundromat just wasting time anyway. So what if you went to laundromats? And we'll talk about what you could hand out to them and what you could do. Oh, I got one here. Okay. I'm going to say something very simple. Okay, Paula, how about you?
Church,
Yeah.
the bank,
Yes.
the gym,
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah.
I've gotten some leads at Walmart just standing in line and waiting and waiting and waiting and just handing out some of the little mini catalogs.
Awesome.
I've also gone to, like we have here, urgent care or quick care, and I just kind of pop in, put a couple of the little mini catalogs on the little tables, and then I leave.
Scan is completed. Click Fix Now to resolve these problems.
I don't feel like that was my computer.
Connections on stable notes. Did you log in?
What happened? Yeah, I didn't log in.
There goes Stacy's. There they are.
It's in Goose Creek.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
I think we lost internet for a minute.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for not leaving.
No.
Okay. So just some other places, farmers markets, bridal shows, booths, fairs, expos, restaurants. When you're out to eat, your waitress. I mean,
I've done that.
yeah.
We go to Texas Roadhouse, and I'll give them, or I'll give our server one of the little books, and it's a good tax deduction too.
I
Yeah.
always leave them on the table.
Yes. Make sure you leave a good tip if you're leaving a catalog.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Also, well, we said that. Hair salons, nail salons, the bank, if you're taking checks to the bank, always talk to your teller, take catalogs with you. I mean, really the list just goes on and on and on. So let me,
Alice, can you tilt your screen down again?
Yeah, but I have to hold it there. Whoops. Everybody will.
no idea.
Everybody turned black. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. It's gone back over on this side again.
Information and
I think it's because I'm sitting. No. I'm just short.
okay. So how do you network? That's what we're going to talk about next. People are more likely to do business with you when they can answer yes to these 3 questions. Can you help me? Can I trust you? And did we make some sort of connection and build a relationship? And that's kind of why Mickey and I had success today, because we made a connection with those ladies over the food that they were eating, over the wine that they were drinking. And actually, when they found out that we sold Pampered Chef, they had a question about an ice cream scoop. So we were able to fulfill that need, and through the conversation, they got to that point where they could trust us. So,
You see the difference in their countenance just as we were sitting there?
oh yeah. Making connections is really just building relationships. What is happening, Alex?
Maybe I do know that.
Okay, go to Zoom us.
Her brain, children has surgery probably after a year.
I can hear some man talking.
Broke it.
Wow.
Building relationships is critical because we are not really in the kitchen tool business. We are in the people business.
Yeah.
Right?
Here. No, that's
No, well,
you guys. We're trying to get Debbie.
we're trying to get Debbie into this. Hang on one second.
When did when?
Okay, yeah.
On the
Remember
TV?
that? Mhm.
Did it show it?
Yeah,
Did it show the,
I didn't show it here. I remember seeing it.
I mean, does it,
They talk about him and Daniel Bryan,
no, does it show the,
the incident.
yeah. You probably could bring it up.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the first time I've done a big Zoom meeting with more than one person, and so I'm still figuring out some of the details.
You're doing good.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. So, to help you build connections and relationships, it's just really important to gain confidence so that everyone has a really good feeling about you. When you find a way to easily connect with people and build relationships, you'll feel more comfortable, and then networking will be a breeze. And it's just because I've done this for so long and so many times, and believe me, failed miserably of quite a few times before I got to that place where I just feel comfortable starting a conversation with anyone, anywhere.
She certainly does.
Okay, so there really are two key elements to networking with people and building relationships. The first one is your image and first impressions. And then second is to find some sort of common ground, right? So let's talk about image and first impressions first. You only get one first impression. Most people make a judgment about you in the first 30 seconds or less. So how do you make a good first impression? Your image. Everything from your hair to your shoes is an indicator of who you are and what your style may be. That's what creates the first impression. Now, did you know that your mother taught you everything you needed to know about connecting with people before you were 10 years old?
Yep.
It's not always what you say that counts. It's just how you present yourself. But what you say and the way you behave is also very important. So think about some of the things that your mother taught you. She taught you to talk nice or be polite, right? To smile, to say hello, to make friends, to love each other, to play nice, to share your toys, and to tell the truth. All of those things are part of a good first impression. There's a reason why we say mama knows best, because implementing the things she taught us as a child and being sure that you have the look of a successful business owner is a great way to begin making a connection with others. All of these things that we mentioned make you more respectful and people who want to do business with you. What was that?
What was that?
Okay, so I just want you to think about, oh, we lost track of it.
Oh, no.
Or maybe
No,
that's
that's Debbie trying
That's
to call
Debbie.
me. But where's Karen?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Debbie, is it you on the phone?
Yeah.
Debbie.
Yes.
Okay, hi. Debbie.
I think she's gone again.
Yeah. No. All right, we're gonna keep going because
Yeah.
it's getting to be.
What happened to Karen?
Oh, yay! We can hear you, Debbie. We're just talking about first impressions and your image. So I want you to just take a minute and do a short activity and think about what kinds of image do you think you project? What kind of image do you have of yourself? And is your image acceptable to those that you seek to connect with? I'm going to be honest. Most of the time when I go out, I don't look like a professional businesswoman. I look like a mom with 5 kids ranging from 21 to 2 years old. I usually have my little toddler with me and hair's in a ponytail, but my teeth are brushed, my clothes don't have stains on them, and it's really just smiling and connecting with people.
Karen, so good people. Karen, do you see us? Karen, love it.
Yes.
Well, we can't see you anymore.
Maybe she's just in
You can't hear.
We can hear you.
Oh, I can see you now,
Okay.
but now I can't see Alex.
I'm just being quiet.
So many slides.
So if you answer it, watch. We'll see if she's there.
Oh, there she
It
is.
just didn't have space for everybody.
I'm here.
We couldn't
All red faced and
kept switching.
messed up hair and all.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know, it keeps flipping all over, doesn't it?
Oh, gosh.
What's the matter?
Okay, now we have a big Stacy.
That's good. That's what you want right now.
No, not a big.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped sharing this. It's good.
Okay.
So, what kind of image do you guys? You don't have to say it out loud, but just think about that. Whether you're at your shows, out and about, or making contacts by phone, that first impression and the image you portray will determine your ability to connect with others. So here's a couple of key things to do. Be friendly and smile. Look people in the eye. It's funny, when I'm out and I try to look at people in the eye, it's shocking to me how many people will not even make eye contact with me. But as soon as they do, that's when I smile and just say, hi, how are you today? You know, something really simple and friendly. Most people don't want to chat with you while they're grocery shopping or whatever. So,
That's true.
you know, it's not like you're going to sit there and make contacts with every single person you come across. But if you find somebody who's particularly friendly, go ahead and take advantage of that situation. Ask them their name and then use their name in the conversation. Make personal contact, like shake their hands. Very simple.
And forget their name. Huh?
At some point, when you're in a conversation with someone, you just need to get the magic words out of your mouth. Does anybody know what the magic words are?
What?
Any guesses?
Hi.
Okay, after the hi, you're having a conversation with them. If this is about networking, the magic words are, I'm with the Pampered Chef. That's it. And you know what? Why do you think that those words are magical? I'll tell you why.
It tells them who you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
It gets them interested.
And 90% of the time, do you know what they say back? Oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef.
That's true. That is
Usually. Yeah, right? So there is power in those words.
I have everything already.
Lunch with those ladies. I'd asked them if this was the first time that they'd eaten at this restaurant, and one of them had and one of them hadn't. And then they asked me, have you eaten here before? And that's when I was able to get out, no, I'm actually not from here. I'm from Maryland. And then I was able to say, I'm with the Pampered Chef, and I'm here doing a training with Vicky and her team tonight. So, like I said, the more you do this, the more you'll get better at transitioning and getting those words out.
Well, and those ladies thought it was pretty cool that they thought it was pretty cool that Stacy was here. They thought it was pretty cool. I was just trying to get in the picture. That's all.
Oh, okay. Confused.
You hit my
Confused
shoulder.
there,
That's
but
why.
okay. Sorry. We can
That's
tilt
okay.
it
That's
that way.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. So here's how you do it. The sooner you can find something in common with the other person, the sooner all the barriers will disappear.
Mhm.
So you're looking for that common ground. What's the best way to find common ground? Simply start a conversation. And you might be saying, well, how do I do that? It's simple. Pay a compliment and ask questions. And even though I wasn't complimenting the ladies, I was complimenting their food and then asking the question.
I was waiting for her to ask if she could have a bite.
And I wanted to know if it tasted good and if the wine was good, and then we ordered wine.
We
So
did.
that's how we established the common ground. And then you just get out those words. I'm with the Pampered Chef. So let's take a few minutes to come up with some ways to pay a compliment and ask questions with some of the people on your networking list. So you said, okay, the doctor's office was a big one for you guys, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so take a minute. I'll let you guys think about it for a second. Who could you network with at the doctor's office? How can you pay a compliment? What question can you ask? And whoever wants to start first can go.
Debbie, where are you? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm waiting for the kid contact.
For what?
I always look for the people with kids. You can compliment their kids, and man, it's easy to start a conversation when there's kids around.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Especially if you say something like, gosh, your kids are so well behaved. People love hearing that.
Okay, so your kids are so well behaved, then what question would you ask? Logical question. How old are they?
Always like this?
Are they always?
How about, I'm sure you probably could use a night out or a fun evening.
Yeah.
How about getting together and let's have a party?
Yeah, there you go. I'm with the Pampered Chef. Did you have to threaten them today to get them to behave so well? That's probably. I don't know.
Just, you could say something like, we specialize in breaks for moms.
Okay, so Debbie just came from a band concert, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
And you just came from a band's concert, your grandson's band's concert?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys might not be sitting at sports fields, but maybe you're going to visit grandkids and stuff at concerts, or idea of how that conversation could sound. Pretend that you're at a soccer game sitting next to a mom that you've seen before but haven't met. So maybe, well, let's do the band concert thing. So maybe Debbie's sitting at the band concert. She's been to multiple band concerts. She starts to recognize the same parents all of the time. She says, hey, I'm Debbie, and I noticed that your son plays the clarinet. My grandson plays the clarinet as well. How long has he been playing? So she's got that common ground, and then she asks a question. What grade is he in? They might be in the same class. And then she said, then she says, so I'm with the Pampered Chef, and I'm so lucky that I have the flexibility with my job that I get to be at all of my grandson's band's concerts. So see how she could get those words out? I'm with the Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about that, or do you guys want to try
Got
to
it.
work through?
Actually,
So
I've got a networking thing going on right at the moment.
You do?
Yes.
She's Facebooking somebody.
Tell me about that. Are you Facebooking somebody?
Actually, I'm texting. Somebody had gotten a hold of me and asked me if I'm still doing a Pampered Chef, and I said yes. And they said they wanted to set up and do a party, and I said that's really awesome. Let's do it.
Great.
But I always do Facebook. I have too much going on, and so my Facebook shows do great.
It's working for you, so that's good. Stick with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have this conversation going, and you're chatting, and maybe they said they love Pampered Chef, maybe they haven't, but let's assume that they have. That's not really going to help you at all, is it? When they say, oh, I love the Pampered Chef. You're like, oh, yeah, I love it too. What do you want to walk away with when that conversation ends?
A party.
A party.
Yeah, that would be the best. Very least, I'm going to be honest, very few people book parties right on the spot like that. Like, not book those ladies today. But what did we get, Nikki?
We got their contact info.
Well, get her name and phone number.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's what your goal of networking is, to get their contact information. So
And they already liked us. They liked us after the conversation, so we were good with that. They thought my grandchildren were gorgeous, and it was just an all around. They liked it. It was a good conversation. So I think we got the end already.
all right, guys. So this is something.
Hi, Alice. There you are.
This is
Oh, goodness.
something. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Well, Debbie, you can't see this. So what we have here is a mini catalog, which you guys can order this one. This is the spring summer one. Yeah, spring one. And all I did was staple the door prize slip to the catalog. So you all got these door prize slips
Yeah.
in your packet. And Debbie was very prepared today. She had these cute little plastic sleeves that they, why do I keep calling her
I don't
Debbie?
know.
That is so weird. I don't know why I'm doing that. Debbie's not here to hear me do it either. I'm obsessed with your
I'm gonna tell her.
stepsister.
I'm gonna tell her that you called me Debbie 3 times today.
More than that. So once you've gotten out the Pampered Chef, you find out that they love it, you want to say something like, you know what? It's part of my job to hand out 10 of these every week. Can I give you one? And all it is the catalog. And then I would love it if you could fill out this information, and we can, I can add you to my newsletter. So what I said to the ladies today was, I handed them the little, Vicky's little gift.
Okay, Stacy, what you need to do is put right up on the laptop, Vicky.
She's known me for almost 3 years. So.
We've slept together in the same bed, and
Oh, gosh.
I sleep all the way on the edge. She tried to spoon me. I wouldn't let her.
There's too much wine going on.
You guys drinking wine or what?
Look, I have not even drank any of my wine. This is me 24/7, girls.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
We got Debbie back.
Debbie, okay, welcome back, Vicki.
Debbie, we just want you to know that in the last half hour, Stacy called me Debbie 4 times.
Anyway, the goal is to keep out and to get their information. So after I handed them the packet, I said, Vicki sends out this really cool newsletter once a month with all kinds of recipes and all the current specials. So if you give her your email address, she can add you to that newsletter. Would that be okay? And they were like, oh my gosh, absolutely. So it's the way that you say it. I've got this awesome newsletter that I send out once a month that always is filled with recipes and whatever the current specials are with the Pampered Chef. So it's not just about, hey, give me your name and email. It's here's what I got for you.
Okay, and here's something else too, that people kind of are afraid that they're going to be inundated with stuff on their email, and they don't like that. So I always add to that and say, I very rarely send anything other than that, but once in a while I will send out some specials or a special deal or a special event or something to your email. So that always makes them realize that they're not going to get something every single day in their email. That's what they're worried about.
All right, so when they say I love the Pampered Chef, just simply say that's great to hear because I do too. Reach for your little mini catalog with the door prize slips stapled to it and say it's part of my job to give 10 of these away every week, and I'd love to give this one to you. If you take a minute and just fill this out, I've got this really cool e-newsletter that I can send out. that I send out once a month with fabulous recipes and all the current specials. Do you hear how easy that is, right? You've got a service that you're offering. So first step is to be prepared. Put 10 of these in your bag and always have them with you. The worst situation to be caught in is you start networking, you tell people you're with the Pampered Chef, you've got nothing to give them and no way to get their contact information. So make sure you're prepared for business.
And she was able to reach in my bag and get those without even asking me if I had them.
Yeah.
She knew I did.
Whoops, sorry guys. I don't know if it's me or not, but I hit the wrong button. There we go. All right, so we're going to scroll through a little bit. All right. Moving right along. We already did that. Okay, so here's just a few tips to remember. 7 out of 10 people will fill out the door prize slip. Not everybody is going to. Do not get discouraged by that. It's not about the ones who don't fill it out. It's about the 7 that do fill it out. And don't take the first no. If they're a little hesitant or they don't fill in the information, be sure to show them the back of the mini catalog. Make sure your information is on there. Tell them that you're not going to share their information with anyone and that your contact information is on the back as well. So it's more like, it's not like taking theirs and not giving out yours. While they're filling out that door prize slip, that's when you can really chat with them and say something like, so when's the last time you've been to a party? Or what's your favorite Pampered Chef product? Debbie, oh my gosh, Vicky was fabulous. She jumped right in and said, do you have a consultant that you work with already?
Because I don't want to take anybody else's customer.
That's right.
I just don't think that that's what we're all about. But most of the time people say, well, you know, I knew somebody and I don't know them anymore, or they don't do it anymore. I say, well, I'd love to be able to help you out with whatever you need if you'll allow me. That's usually what I will say. And I think they like to be asked like that.
Yeah. So here's a really good idea for you. When you are doing a bridal fair or some sort of vendor event, or maybe you've taken a whole month of really committing to handing out 10 of these a week, so at the end of the month, you've now got 40 contacts. You might want to consider scheduling a show in your own home to invite the people that you meet to attend the party.
Great idea.
So if you call them, which we're going to talk about calling them in a minute, and we talked a lot about calling them last night on the bookings training that I did. If they're not interested in hosting a party, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm actually having a party at my house this month. If you said it's been about 4 or 5 years since you've been to one. Pampered Chef has changed so much. We have so many new products. Would you like to come on over and have some wine, cheese, and chocolate with me? Or I'm doing a salad and sangria theme show, or I'm doing fajitas and margaritas, whatever. Have a date.
That seems like it's all alcohol. Can you do like Jamie with the slippers and all that instead?
No, alcohol is always better. No.
Not for people who don't drink.
I made virgin sangria at my party the other night.
How do you make virgin sangria when all the ingredients are wine and...
We used cranberry juice instead of wine.
And brandy?
Are you guys following us at all, or are we just having our own little sidebar conversation?
Actually, I was wanting to know how to make the virgin one, so that worked out good.
Yeah. So for virgin sangria, instead of using wine, I just used cranberry juice. It was awesome. We had the cranberry juice mixed with some orange juice and
That's punch.
virgin sangria. It was good. Yeah. All right. Any questions about any of that, about the whole networking process? No? All right. So let's talk about how we're going to get these people to book now. So picture this. You've done your networking. You've got this amazing pool of leads of people to talk to. Now what? Now you got to do the scary part, which is picking up the phone and making those calls. But before you do, here's a couple of things you need to know. You need to know your next 2 available show dates. You need to know who you're going to call, what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and be ready to overcome objections and concerns and offer some other choices. So why is it important to know your next 2 available show dates?
So you
Give
don't,
them a choice.
Exactly. You never want to get caught in that position where I call Vicki and I say, hey, you know, I do my whole conversation with her and she's like, yeah, I'd love to host a party. And then I say, when would you like to host
Yeah,
it?
no.
You know what happens to Vicki? She panics, she freezes, she has no
Oh
idea.
my gosh, I can't think of a time when would be
Right.
good for everybody.
Right. So if you know your 2 dates, somebody said you can offer those choices, that's it. And if those don't work, then you can offer the party that you have in your house. Also, some people, your next show date might be available next week. I personally would never book a party a week out. But there are so many consultants. Shaughnessy Owens, for example, one of the other directors, she will book a party 3 days from today. Like tonight's Friday, she'll schedule
Yeah, but you
somebody
know
on
what?
Monday night.
It doesn't give them time to think about it, so they just do it.
Right. Let's just call and text some people this
Yep.
weekend and see if they want to come over Monday night. So the closer you can book, the more successful the show will be a lot of times. So who are you going to be calling? You're going to be calling all of those networking leads, your past hosts, and past guests.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I have to go to another script here. All right. So here's a little script that you can share. It's just, I would say, like a standard booking script. You would say something like, hi, Vicki, this is Stacy with the Pampered Chef. I'm so excited. There are some really incredible things going on with our company right now, and I thought of you because. Were any of you, Karen Levitt, you were on the call last night, weren't you?
Last night, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you remember we talked about this, how important it is to think about how this person can benefit from what you have to offer?
Yes.
So maybe you meet with somebody in the doctor's office and maybe you're at the dermatologist and she's getting a suspicious mole checked out and you find out that she's got a little cottage or she has a pool and you could say something like, this is how my brain works. Really? Listen, say something like, you know, I remembered that you said that you have a cottage and in the summertime, and this month we have our cool and serve trays on sale 60%
All because
off.
of the mole?
All because of the mole.
I'm sorry, you guys. I could see Stacy doing that. I'm not sure I could, but
But it's really, you just have to think about what you know about that person, what you learned, what you connected with them about, what you can offer that month for a party for them.
I think you got to go back to your car then and write down that, because I would forget. I would not only forget that person's name, but I would forget what I was trying to remember about them. So you go back to your car and you write it down. Susie, whatever, you know, she did this and this and this, and then you have it. Then you call them, you can look at them and say, oh yeah, you know, your daughter was graduating, and you thought maybe you might like to have a party after her graduation.
Right. Yeah. So let's say you're just following up with one of your outside orders from a show. You could say something like, hi, Vicki, this is Stacy with the Pampered Chef. I wanted to call you and thank you for placing a party on Debbie's show. Since I didn't get the chance to meet you in person, I wanted to give you a quick call and share with you about some of the specials that are going on. Can I share with you my 3 specials? And remember, we have 3 specials every single month. We have the new consultant special, we have the host special, and we have the guest special. And they don't know about them necessarily just because they ordered online.
Right.
In June, we are offering a double free products along with 60% off of our food processor, food chopper, and slicers. As you know, we have so many fabulous products, and I would love to help you earn over $230 in free products in the month of June for your kitchen. I know you wouldn't have a problem choosing that much for free, would you? Right? Nobody's going to say no. Everybody would love that.
Yeah.
What kind of themes do you think your friends would enjoy? A Mexican fiesta, a taste of Italy, a wine and cheese, a bites and bevs, a death by chocolate. Girls, theme shows book parties. People do parties for 3 reasons: for free stuff, to help a friend, and for the fun. And if you can nail all 3 of them, you've got it. You've got them booked for sure.
I love that.
So always think about, it doesn't matter what food you're making, give it a theme show name. Okay?
Yes.
But you're liking the freezer meal workshop idea, aren't you, Karen?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
I must have drifted off for a moment.
Drift off, because this
It's
is all
getting
good
late.
stuff.
I know. It's
It's
getting
good.
late for us.
Yeah.
I had about an
Oh,
hour.
I've been up since 8 o'clock yesterday morning.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. So if you're calling past posts, especially for June, a little tip would be to look at what the last show was and how much it would have earned in free product, and then double that and say, look, if you have a similar party in June, instead of getting $115 in products for free, you're going to get $230 for free.
Well, like for me, since I'm new, I could use it for the freezer meal workshops and say, if you did this normally, you would get this amount. But since we're doing the double for the month of June, you will get this amount instead.
Absolutely. So
Now you know that your show has to be $6.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Your show has to be 650 or better for them to get double.
Okay.
Looks like dryer.
Okay.
Great goal if you start right off the bat.
I'm not sure where the Y is.
And I
That's dinner.
tell my host right off the bat, Facebook shows that my goal is always $100 on their show. And I get that out there right off the bat, and they go, oh, really? That's what the goal is.
So if you're doing a free workshop, all you would need is 9 people to reach that 650 mark. So they only need 9 friends to do it with them.
Well, I would say 10 because some of them are still $60-something. One of them is 62 something.
So this is a little
Okay,
tip
yeah.
that I shared with Debbie.
Gee,
I swear.
I don't understand.
Know what's wrong. It's like stuck in my brain. I'm tired. I am
Okay,
tired.
that's what it is.
I am tired.
It's because she's free.
Okay, so here's what I do with
This
my.
woman recruited me. How she did, I don't know. But
Oh, I can't see that. Vicky. I know. Okay.
thank you. That's good.
So here's just a tip for you guys when you do the freezer meal workshops. When I'm marketing them, if I have a freezer meal workshop that's $62.50, I pick a product that's $7.50 and I include it in the workshop. I don't even give them a choice. I say, here's the menu that we're going to be making. This is the cost of it. It includes this item and the cost of one of these items for free. Does that make sense?
It's wonderful because I'll tell you what, you guys, this is the first workshop tomorrow morning, but when we did the pantry order, I did the best of each one of the people and saying, I just realized that your pantry order is $63, and if you spend $70, you get a free. All the time said, "Oh,
What
yeah."
just happened?
Oh, no.
It switched to the PC,
Yep.
Facebook.
Can you guys see my Facebook page? I just wanted to show
Yes.
you something. All right, so
Oh, yes.
I want to show you how I marketed this a couple months ago when the order wasn't $70. No, it's not that one. It's down here.
Yeah, all the people that I messaged wanted to add something to their order so that they would get the free guest special. So it's too close for them not to. If you're at $62 or $65, of course they're going to want to do that. So you add a $5 item, a rub or a mini serving spatula or anything like that to get order, and that's the gift, and then they get their gift too.
All right, can you guys see my cursor on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Follow it right here. Look at the words. The price is $71.75 plus shipping. It includes an all-purpose spreader and your choice of one of the items below for free. So it's automatically part of their package that they order ahead of time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So when they buy it, they know the cost of it and what they're getting with it. And I always do that. I'm always getting everybody that free special each month. Okay, just wanted to show you that real quick. All right, so when you're calling people, here's something that you need to remember no matter what. Like, even as exhausted as I am tonight, you've got to dig in and find energy, excitement, and enthusiasm when you're going to be talking to people.
Do you have all three of those tonight?
I think I do.
Yeah.
And a little bit of brain fry.
Your eyes are just half closed, but other than that, it's okay.
So just remember the 5 Ps. Remember pitch, pace, pause, projection, and personality. Pitch refers to the ups and downs of your voice when you speak without become monotone, and you will bore everyone. Pace refers to the speed at which you speak. Just as monotone is boring, so is monopace. A good speaker knows the value of changing the pace as they speak. Pause involves stopping momentarily for effect in the middle of the conversation. Action is an aspect of voice. This aspect of the voice is by far the most important, as it correlates to your audience's ability to hear your remarks. And personality. Personality refers to the color, warmth, and meaning that comes from hearing your voice. The personality of your voice will dictate if people are tuned in or turned off when listening to you. So just make sure you sound energetic, excited, and enthusiastic. If you're making phone calls, put a mirror in front of your face. Be sure you are smiling. When you're smiling, it comes through and others will know it. Look at Paula nodding her head.
It's true,
she
but
knows.
man, it's so hard to do that. But I mean, yeah, you're right, it does.
And if you think you sound good, but you're not getting the results that you should be getting from your phone calls, I'm going to challenge you to record yourself. Use your iPad or your iPhone or something, and just record yourself making phone calls and listen to it. Would you ask yourself the question, would you book a party from yourself? Right? All right. Moving right along. We're going to fly through this last part, ladies. We talked about that. Oh, what are some objections that you commonly hear? What kind of objections do you hear?
I don't have time.
Okay.
I don't have enough room.
I already have all the Pampered Chef I need.
Okay.
I already have a consultant.
Oh, that one I probably wouldn't have an answer for.
I would graciously say that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would love for you to stay with your consultant as long as you are getting the great service that you deserve.
Right. And that's what I say. I rarely hear that. Most of the time is I just don't have time because it's graduation time.
Alice, what do you think about that? What would you say to somebody that would say that to you?
I do everything on Facebook, so.
Well, still,
Oh, that's great. Let's do a Facebook show.
yes,
That's
perfect,
it.
Paula. Because people think that it takes a lot of time, and we know that it doesn't, but they do need to be involved. I mean,
Oh, yes. The more your host is involved, the more everybody's excited.
absolutely.
Ask questions.
Well, you know, when I'm doing my Facebook show, if I don't feel like there's enough people looking at the pages, I'll message my host and I'll say, okay, we don't have enough people looking at the show. I need your help. Start texting, messaging, whatever. And all of a sudden, all these people start popping in and looking at it.
Absolutely. absolutely. And I'll tell you something, Paula, and I think you and Barbara, her settings a lot. It looks like it helps a lot, but it really doesn't.
If it what now?
The changing the settings on the show, it doesn't help as much as you think it does. I would do it a couple of times during the show, but I wouldn't do it that much.
You mean change the settings? You mean from?
Yes, from open to close to.
You know, I don't even do that anymore because I just don't find that it really makes a difference.
Okay, I may do it once or twice during the show if I feel like it's gotten a little stagnant. Barbara does it a lot, and I think that it puts you at risk for being reported and being blocked.
I think it's a little scary, especially how social media is. I think you're letting too many
You have to be careful.
people in, and so I'm very careful about that.
Me too.
Yeah, I have said something to Barbara, but I want to reiterate to her that I think she needs to be a little bit more careful with it. Because she does great shows, and she doesn't need to do that. It's your host that's going to help you get your people in.
Right. If your host, to me, if your host is excited about the show, then her guests are going to see that.
Of course. I know. Now, Karen, you've just started out, and so far I know you have had some rocky areas, but I think you're doing great. And I think you just have to be a little bit patient because it is going to happen. And Alice is turning into a rock star here.
Yay, Alice!
Yeah.
So let's jump back to an objection, and I can remind me, and I'll post it. I have this little document that I can give you guys. It's called Overcoming Objections, and it's really great to offer this. So you're not trying to push people into doing something that they really don't want to do. It's really just trying to help them to see, hey, this might actually be possible for you. And I recommend doing something called the Feel, Felt, Sounds method. You guys ever heard of that? Feel, Felt, Sounds? Okay. So let's say we go with the objection that party, right? So you could say, I understand how you feel. I actually felt this way when I was living in a tiny condo. What I found was people don't mind crowding into smaller parties. It provides a more intimate situation for the party. Some really weird background noise.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah. Well, either. So, I think it's coming
My husband's in bed.
because. What's your husband doing, Paula?
Hey, what are you doing?
Sitting right next to me.
No, but what's he doing? Because your screen is lighting up every time that sound comes through.
I don't know. We're just sitting here.
I can see
So
that you
weird.
are.
Okay, hey, you're making noise back there.
I'm sorry. Forgot. Y'all ain't supposed to be able to hear me when I flush the toilet.
TMI, TMI. As long as we didn't hear you in there before you flushed, we're good.
No, he was in the kitchen. Oh my gosh.
I believe you.
That was wrong. Is it better?
Feel good.
Okay, so
Okay, Ray, we're really glad that you joined us.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all listening.
you all like to do the Facebook party so much, you can use that same message like Paula said earlier about doing a Facebook show. You know what? I understand how you feel. My friends kind of feel the same way, or I felt the same way. So what I found is people in your situation really enjoy our Facebook parties, right? But so the feel, felt, found doesn't make them feel bad for having an objection. It acknowledges it It makes them feel okay. You felt the same way. But have you thought about this? Now, if they still say no after you offer a solution, they don't want to have a party. And they're just really afraid or embarrassed or uncomfortable telling you no. And
Or
that's when you
looking
got
for an
rough.
excuse.
Right. And it's really just an excuse at that point.
Let me bless and release.
Okay. So I'm going to ask Debbie to
Debbie's not here. We lost her. Oh, you
This
mean,
is Vicki.
you mean
Wait a
me?
minute, hold on. Let me do it again.
I think she meant me, but I'm not sure. Remind me who I am. That's me. Hi.
Vicki.
Hello, my friends that we're going to Disneyland together. I swear I have never done this in my entire life. I've never called
She's
you Debbie
delirious.
before.
She's delirious. I don't think you have.
No, it's just been tonight.
I know.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, are you guys, who's doing actual live cooking shows? Who's doing that?
Alice, have you done it yet? No.
You're all doing Facebook parties.
Okay.
Does anybody have an interest in doing live cooking shows?
Karen does.
No.
No? Karen does.
Yes.
Now, Karen, would you go out? I know with your illness it makes it a little bit difficult, or would you have them at your house?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I want to try both.
So you're just
So
you're thinking it out, and you're
yeah,
just,
see if I can work it out where I can do it.
good.
All right. So
I'm on oxygen 24/7, so I have a lot of
But you've got a
baggage.
great. You can take a portable tank with you if you needed to.
Yes, and I have a portable concentrator.
we're not going to talk about tonight booking parties from cooking shows, since that's not something two of you are actually interested in doing, and Karen, you're not there yet. When you get to that point, Karen, we can work with you on how to get bookings from your cooking shows.
Okay.
So what I would love is if each of you could share 1 to 2 tips of things that you do in your Facebook parties to generate bookings.
Paula, I know you're going to remember everything I taught you about that.
So we're going to let you go last.
I mean, I have found that I start my shows on Monday, and by usually Thursdays, we usually have a pretty good set on how the party's going, and we usually have some pretty good bookings, like right now. And today, I posted on the show that I'm doing. Amanda's doing so great on her party. She has already gotten this amount. How would you like to go ahead and book a show off of hers to get the same type of rewards as Amanda's getting? And I would love to pamper you. Who is ready to do that? I mean, it's not as bland as that, but it's just really pumping it up and letting them know just how great this party's going. And if they would like to as well be pampered in style with all the latest products and with getting free products as well.
Okay. Yep. And Alice, what do you do?
I do about the same thing. Debbie printed up something and I copied off of it. and I put different pictures. You
Who
know,
do you think I copied my first show off of? This one.
And let me tell you, I copied it from somebody else.
Yeah, that's just the way it works.
We always copy.
yeah.
From each other.
I mean, I learned from you, like I put things in order now.
Yeah.
Like I just did a whole
At first.
I did a whole bunch of stoneware. Then I'll post, tomorrow we will have pizza and cookies or something.
That's right.
I love that. I love that. I think people are more, people get more engaged if you are doing a few posts about something and they're all sort of related, rather than to be jumping all over the board. I think.
Yeah.
It's not as confusing.
Right.
Yeah, like today I did Mexican, you know, did our taco shells and different recipes I found.
Tonight we're making cookies. Come on back.
Yes.
The little kid eating the cookie, and that's
Yeah.
a kind of a way to get them excited.
I don't know if you guys are doing this, and it's not something that I originally did, so I probably didn't teach it to you. You might be doing it now. I actually learned it from Lindsay Falkenberry, another one of our directors, she shares her story on the very first day that her guests start joining the party, or that it kind of kicks off. And, you know, sharing your story is very important at cooking shows. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it because it really helps me to start connecting with the people, whether I'm doing a virtual show, a Facebook show, or a cooking show. Your story is the beginning of the relationship, because remember, we talked about this as a relationship business, not a kitchen tool business. So you just want to make sure your story answers 5 questions. If you have not taken the Sharing the Opportunity training course, I definitely recommend taking that, and it walks you through how to script your story. You guys have probably read my story because it's been posted in the Look and Learn events. You need to get to a point where no matter where you are, what you're doing, whether you're posting it online or you're at a cooking show or you're just chatting with somebody that you met, that you can share your Pampered Chef story. You know it like you know your phone number and your address. I am a firm believer in that. Not only is it going to help you book parties, but it's also going to help generate those recruit leads for your business as well.
Absolutely. Because people will relate to what you say, and they'll say, gosh, that's sort of me. You know, I'm kind of in that same situation. And they will kind of relate to you. And they may then watch the party and kind of get a feel of what you're doing, and they'll say, yeah, that's really fun. I could do that.
So my story, I'll just share it with you very quickly. So you can, let me give you the 5 questions so you can write them down. The first one is, what was your life like before joining the Pampered Chef? The second one is, what were you looking for from the business? What need did you want it to meet? The third one is, what were some concerns you had about joining and how did you overcome them? The fourth one is, how is your life better because of the Pampered Chef? And the fifth one is, what is your long-term goal over the next 1 to 2 years? So here's my Pampered Chef story. So if I'm at a party, it would sound something like this. Hi, my name is Stacy. I'm an executive director with the Pampered Chef, and I've been at the company for about 9.5 years. My husband and I have 5 children. My oldest is 20. I have an 18-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 2-year-old. Boy, do I know what it's like to be a busy mom. When I started Pampered Chef 9.5 years ago, I was actually homeschooling the 4 children that I had at the time. And I really loved my life as a stay-at-home mom, but to be honest, we were struggling financially. We were slipping further and further into credit card debt. So, Paula's.
Did you really?
She doesn't realize what she did. Okay. Anyway, we were slipping further and further into credit card debt. So I was looking for a way to earn some extra income in a very flexible way.
All right, what's Ray doing again?
Sorry, that was my paper. I was trying to get new paper. So sorry.
It's okay. How it comes
I'm just
across.
pausing so that everybody
And
can
all
hear.
we got is the top of Karen Lovett's head and the top of
Okay.
Alice's head. Okay.
So, welcome back, girls. I was looking for a flexible way to earn some extra income. I only wanted to work 1 night a week and didn't want to work any weekends. Now, if you've ever gone looking for a part-time job and told them that, they don't call you back. And so I started looking into the Pampered Chef. Funny thing is, I do not enjoy cooking at all. It's actually one of my least favorite things to do. But I already loved the products, and I knew they had fabulous recipes because I used to host a party every month. So when I called the consultant and asked her how much money I could make doing this, she told me new consultants average about $100 a show, and they're usually there for about 2 or 3 hours. So I figured, you know what, I can suffer through anything 2.5 hours if I'm going to make $100. And I'm so glad that I gave it a try, because within 6 short months, I was able to earn enough income to completely pay off all of our credit cards, and we've been debt-free ever since. Since then, I've paid cash for braces, cash for cars, cash for college. I've put my children in private Christian school. Most recently, we were, our 2-year-old is a little baby that we adopted, and I was able to pay for our entire adoption without any loans whatsoever. So she's all ours, tax, title, tags, you know, we have Jalen and Tip debt-free. And it's really my goal to continue doing this to put my children through college with as little or no debt as possible, right? So here's where my little tag on to that. In addition to answering the 5 questions, I include how much money consultants earn on average per show. And then I also like to say, you know, most of my team works full-time and does this on the side. Some of them do all online parties. Some of them do 1 party a week. You might want to do something like this just to earn some extra income. Maybe you just want to learn how to cook. Maybe you want to earn free products, or maybe you need a break from the kids once a week. I'm going to share some more information with you later on, but if you have any questions, let me know. And you could literally type that up and put your story in a post with maybe a picture of yourself in your apron, or like I share a picture of my family with Jalen kind of front and center because she's my most recent accomplishment. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
So that was kind of going to be one of my challenges to you, to write out your story, find a picture that goes along with it, and start sharing that in your Facebook party.
That's awesome, because I have never done that.
I haven't either, so it's a good idea.
I want you guys to do it because I've never done it.
Because
so.
I wasn't doing it when
That's
I
right.
recruited you.
That's right.
We can thank Lindsay for that.
Okay.
I got that idea from her.
Well, Lindsay rocks, so we're good.
Okay. So what, anybody do anything differently in their Facebook parties to get bookings that we haven't talked about?
Karen, what do you do?
I copy you.
I was told I was pushy yesterday, so.
Let that go already.
I know I'm not. So yes, okay. Copy me.
I do a free gift, or I tell them that when their show closes, I'll take $10 off their order.
What if you aren't going to give something away though? If you, we don't want to give away our whole commission.
No.
We want to be careful that we give something small. I do the $10 thing too sometimes, because to me, it's $10 to get a booking.
Right.
So I do it sometimes. But what if you just didn't really want to spend the money right now? So what would you say to get that booking? What would be the way that you would go about it?
How about looking, if you placed an order, looking at some of the products that they ordered and thinking about some other products that would go along great with those items, and then say, you know, I would love to help you earn this for free through your own party. It would be awesome with
Right.
whatever that you've already purchased.
Right.
And do y'all ask the question like I do, and a lot of times people won't answer, but when they do, I ask the question, what is your favorite Pampered Chef item? What have you had in your kitchen the longest? And what would be the next thing you'd like to get? So then you can sort of look at what would be the next thing they'd like to get and what they actually order, and kind of determine if maybe they don't have the money right now for that item, or they want it later for another reason. But I always look at the people who order, and they are always sent a private message. I thank them for their order, and
I do that too.
yeah, I don't just jump
That's
right
why
into,
you guys have so many bookings.
would you like to book? I sort of say, no, I got the feeling that you really like this, this, or this, and maybe it's not the right time for you right now financially or for whatever reason, but I'd really love a chance to have a show for you if you're interested.
Right.
You know, I kind of do that. But not only that, but I always look at who's looking at the posts. And if I see that same woman, Joe, you know, Sue Blow or whoever she is, looking at the same post over and over and over, and she didn't order anything, I'm going to assume that she's broke, or she's unemployed, or she doesn't have the money right now because she's looking. That means she's interested. So then I send her a message as well. Plus, I post in the show. That generally doesn't always very often get any response, but once in a while it does. But I post in the show, and plus I send personal messages. And I get more response from the personal messages. But I try to kind of stay in tune with what the people are looking at and what I think their situation. I'm not going to assume what their situation is, but you know, if you're in a show and you're looking at everything and you're enjoying it, chances are you just don't have the money right now. You'd like to get something, but you really just can't.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And I mean, and plus I rebook my host.
Yeah,
I do too.
that's really a great benefit of doing the group versus the event. You
Absolutely.
can see who's looking at the post.
I
for
am
sure.
so spoiled by that. And I know that Paula is the same way, and Alice too. To be able to see who's looking at those posts to me is priceless.
Oh, I know.
I need to go back.
Because I have now added into my instructions no more than 250 people. Because
I put on there between 225 and 250. If you go over, I said if you go over 250, I can't monitor the show and give you the best that I can give you.
And I'll tell you something, and I'm not sure the reason for this, but you can have a party with 600 people in, and it's not going to be any better than any.
You don't get anything.
You get it. I understand.
I think part of that is they feel like if there's 600 people in it, the person just went through and like click, 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 and just selected all of their friends. But
I want that.
If you only do like 200 or 250, they feel like they've been handpicked. They feel a little bit more special
I
than
think
just
when
blanket
you've got
invite.
600 people, you think, oh my gosh, this is great. It's going to be a great show. It's not.
Okay, you know, I've had somebody that put like, honest to goodness, about 500 people on. We had to take those off, and what I did was I said, okay, let's split this into 2 shows. Let's do this show for this group of people, and let's do this one for this group. And it really worked out pretty well.
I'm not sure the reason for that. There's something that Facebook is blocking, I think, when you have that many people. I can't tell you what it is, but I bet you there's something.
Do you guys, has anybody tried the virtual parties yet?
No.
I had one that did really well and one that did nothing.
I had 5, and I wasn't a big fan.
Karen?
I'm actually trying to include it in my my regular Facebook shows that I have for the week. I take one day and do.
I saw that you did that.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Like, hey, everybody, if you're interested, meet back here tonight at 8 o'clock, and I'll do like a 30 minutes of posting.
That's what I think you did. I didn't know you were doing that, so I was a little confused when I first saw it. But I know, Karen, you're so secretive. It was a great idea.
It was just something that come to me because I was really having a lot of trouble with this host. She would not comment in the show. She was private messaging them, and whatever she was saying was turning them off because I could not get them involved in the show. It was like pulling teeth and nothing worked.
It's so frustrating. But so you had a virtual sort of a part of it?
Yeah, I did that thinking maybe that would get them, involved, but by the time I did it, it was too far gone.
Your show
now what I'm doing is I'm scheduling that day from the very beginning.
Okay.
And I'm doing that either Sunday through Thursday and then closing the party on Sunday or Monday.
Well, let me tell you, I kind of did the same thing. What I found had to the party where I was posting things and videos and different things, and so then we had the virtual party. Then I kept it open a couple days later. What I found was it was no different than having a 5-day Facebook party. So
right.
I for that reason I wasn't overly. I got contacted by the home office about it. How did I feel about it? And I had to be honest and just say, I don't really. If anybody asks for it, I'll have it, but I'm not going to actively pursue.
Just cutting out again.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up tonight, and I'm so appreciative of the three of you sticking with us this whole time. But the last thing that I do want to talk to you about, and we're just going to do like the first 24 hours. And after you book a party, whether you've booked it at a show or at a Facebook show, that host coaching is so important. And really, within 24 hours, like the next day, you should really try to make some sort of contact with them again. It's a surefire way to reduce cancellations and postponements. And it's also a way to offer the business opportunity to the upcoming host prior to the show. So I have a little script here. Yes, I shed like a dog.
Every time I look down, there's more of her hair on this paper that she's got in front of her.
So even though you're doing your business over Facebook, I really strongly suggest you call them if possible. You get their phone number and actually talk to them over the phone so that you can just build that connection a little bit further. We know that there's so much lost in a text or a private message. You can't hear the tone of their voice. Somebody could be saying something and we feel like they mean it one way, but they don't mean it that way. So if you can call them, that's best. My script's written for cooking shows, so I'm going to try to...
I'm really guilty of not calling them, and I need to start doing that more.
I'm going to try to tweak it for Facebook parties as I go through this. But so usually I call them the next day, and I say, "Hey, Vicki, this is Stacy from the Pampered Chef. I thought I'd give you a quick call to say thank you for booking your show with me. We're going to have so much fun during your online party. Just to confirm, you chose this date to start your show. Is that correct?" And then they say yes. Great. Now remember that the most important thing that you can be doing right now is to start creating your guest list. So even if they're doing that Facebook party, you want them thinking about the people that they want to invite. So you don't need to have their guest list back in the next 24 hours, but this is where you can use the words that Paula said about the number of people that they should be looking to invite. And Paula, that was a great tip that if they have 500 or 600 friends, let's do 2 or 3 separate Facebook parties. They're all getting the same thing.
Right.
To explain to them why it's important that they don't add 1,000 people to one Facebook.
Right.
I don't know for sure why it's important other than being able to see the...
Well, that and just you can simply say that we want each person to feel special, that you didn't just invite blanketly all of your Facebook friends. That, we want them to feel like they're handpicked for the party.
Because I always say I really like being in control, and I'm not in control when I can't see how many people are viewing. So really...
I remember you saying that.
True, but I don't want to really make them feel like that. So
right.
I'd rather have you feel special.
Right.
Wow. Who's getting trained here? Me or you? Me.
All of us, hopefully. So I learned from you guys. And then here's where you can, if you haven't talked to them about being a consultant, this first call, especially through the virtual parties, is, I keep saying virtual, but I just mean online. It's a great time to mention the business opportunity to them. So you can say, I know that, during the Facebook party, you weren't really interested in the business, but I just have to say that I can't get you out of my mind because you were so active in the Facebook party. And I just think you would be wonderful in the Pampered Chef. And I think I would, you'd be a terrific addition to my team. I would love to set up a time to chat with you further about this if you think it's something that you would like to hear more about. Right? So just plant that seed right there at the beginning when you book them. I'm 90, no, not 90. If I had to guess, I would say 75% of my consultants have been my hosts first. They are your #1 recruit lead. She hosted a Facebook party with me first. And then I tried to get her to sign up because she was amazing, as you can only imagine. She was amazing during that party. She wasn't quite ready. But then she hosted another party about 4 or 5 months later.
Did I? I thought I signed right away.
Nope, it was a second party, and I ended up giving you that second party to submit
yourself.
yourself.
Because I was in Alyssa's party, then I put her in.
Yes. Yeah. So your host is your #1 recruit lead. When you're building a business, always that to them, especially when you're very active.
Yeah,
Okay?
because there's a reason for hosting. So you got that conquered. They like the product, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. And they've got a lot of friends who have the product.
So in your Vicky's Rising Stars, this is a file that I uploaded for you yesterday. It's a participant guide. All of the words, the scripts that I shared tonight in here, a lot of them are for cooking shows, but you girls are big girls and you know how to tweak it for your Facebook parties, right? Mm-hmm. But most importantly, what's in here is that whole networking section. So you feel like, oh my gosh, I was just reading it out and reading through it, and just buddy up with somebody, you know, find a friend and say, look, I need to go out and network today. Will you go with
Perfect,
me?
though. Alice says, Debbie, Karen, you have probably Karen, who's your friend. You can't necessarily go with her and talk about it. Call you. They can kind of be accountable to. Not accountable. You don't need to be accountable to anybody, but you can buddy up with
It makes you better. I'm not going to lie. I did better today with those ladies because I knew
that I was listening.
Vicki was listening and watching me.
I just put you on speaker.
Followed every step.
They're asleep now, I think.
Who was that?
I think it was Debbie.
I think it's my husband's music.
Oh.
Who's saying that though? Debbie, are you with us?
No.
Okay.
We lost
All right,
Debbie.
ladies. So that's what I have for you tonight. I hope you walked away feeling maybe a little bit more confident in your networking skill. Maybe learned
Yes, ma'am.
a couple of things. We have to hear things several times before they stick. So
I personally heard a few things that really caused me to step back and say, wow, I don't do that. I need to do that. So I think we can always learn from someone or something each time we listen. So I just want to thank you guys again for being here too. And, you know, a welcome to you, Karen, because I haven't done it publicly yet.
yeah.
But welcome to you. We're glad you are on our team.
Thank you.
And my challenge to you, the big challenge to you, is to hand out 10 of these next week and add 10 new names to your
I'm glad you did that because I was going to do that.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We're going to challenge you to do that.
We're awesome. And write your story out too, okay?
And let me know if you handed out your 10. I'd love to hear how
Thank you.
Thanks, Paula. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.